little bit of a problem this morning. The toilet wouldn't flush, so the toilet's clogged. Well, a friend of mine left a plunger here that didn't work because it was the shape of my toilet is a weird size that standard plunger won't work. So the first thing I did once I couldn't plunge the toilet was I went out to my cleanouts, right out there. Those two cleanouts are meant to clear the sewage line with an auger before you hit the septic. And if you, when you watch my septic installation video, which I haven't made yet, but when you watch it, you'll see how that thing is all set up. Right after those two cleanouts, there is what is that thing called? It's a conduit going down to the ground, which, as you'll see in a second, gives access to the backflow preventer. And basically, that thing is a box of pipe that just has a flap in it that only opens one way to allow sewage to go out, but does not allow backflow in case your septic ever backs up to come back up the line. So when I opened all that up, I could see very clearly, I'm not going to get too graphic about this, but I'm going to see very clearly that my backflow preventer was open a little bit, that flap was open, and when I looked down and there was no sewage beyond in the backflow preventer after that flap, but when I looked down the cleanouts, I could see sewage coming up a little bit. I could see like liquid. And so the first thing I tried to do was send an auger down those cleanouts, but I couldn't get it to go. It just kept getting stuck. I tried a couple different augers, no such luck. Ted came over, he tried it, and I think it actually somehow went back up this way. So that was the wrong way. The clog is that way. So, and I'm going to tell you this, I've never been down in a septic tank before, nor have I really dealt with sewage. The closest thing that I've dealt with to sewage was dealing with porta potties, or just using a porta potty. But it was not pleasant. What I had to do, it was very obvious that my backflow preventer, that little door, was just not working out very well. So I had to take the door, that little flap door, off. And that was not fun, because I had to get all the way down that conduit, like 3 feet down, and the sewage gas, it's awful. So I eventually got it off. That mechanism was not well designed because it was not easy to get off. It took me about 15 minutes of like fiddling with a little nut. And then once I got that off, I was able to send one of the augers up the backflow preventer, and it was disgusting. So I want to go out there and talk about it and show it to you, but I just want to warn you that it's not that bad right now, but it's also not a super pretty sight. So if you're sensitive to sewage, please do not continue watching. Anyway, let's go take a look. So, as you can see down here, come in close, you can show you. This is the backflow preventer, this box. And this right here is a little flap that sits right in here. And that basically, opens and closes as sewage comes through this pipe. It was stuck open like this, at this angle. And it was all backed up going that way. So when I sent the auger down in this way, it all came flying out at me. And then it clogged this side of the backflow preventer. So all the sewage came exploding up into here, into this area. Like about up to this high. It was all sewage. I had to dip my hand into it and just pull the sewage out to clear that block. Once I did that, it all flushed into the septic tank. So now I got it all cleaned up, and I'm gonna leave that door off. And I don't really care what code says. I am nowhere close. This sewage system is being used for 8 months by one person, and it's nowhere close to even like filling up the septic tank and then filling up the black water cell and then filling up the leach field. Not even close. And already it backed up. So what's the worst that's going to happen? The exact same thing that already happened. So the ideal solution here is to leave this little door off and let the sewage go and maintain it. It was actually my girlfriend Tina's idea to check these cleanouts regularly. All you gotta do is pop off a cap, look down there like once a week, and see if there's any liquid. There should be nothing there. It should be dry because the sewage comes through and goes right into the septic tank. If you see it, you know, don't wait for the toilet to back up. Look at it every once in a while, because you can still flush the toilet even after this clog happens for several days. So look down here. If you see liquid, open this guy up, clean out the issue. Or you can try, I'll try again to send an auger down these clean outs and see if that doesn't get stuck. But yeah, it was horrible, and I hope it never happens to you. And thanks for putting up with my mildly graphic sewage video.